All right, lads, we are here on what might be our final game. We'll see how long this one goes for. Newt is in the bottom right. I actually don't know what color this is. It's not regular blue, so I will say it is royal blue. There it is, royal blue Terran. And Arbuz in the top left is our maroon Protoss. LOL true, says Newt. I don't know what the context was. There were no other chat messages sent that I saw. I'm telling you guys. Savant, says AOT. Savant is weird, says Dog. I've been hitting with 8 sips like 45 seconds faster than Savant move and get T2 at 7 minutes. That was the only one that was fun. Fair enough, fair enough. I figured you guys do play a lot because of the time zones, right? Like the your availabilities overlap. Fulcrum start here for Newt. Well, that's interesting. What do you remember what you said, Arby? I wonder if you sent it in there's like a messaging menu, and I wonder if you somehow sent it in like to Newt directly, and so it didn't show up in the replay because it's your copy of the replay and not Newt's copy. I don't know. I don't know why that would happen, but Shambler says a lot of That's a really good message to say lol true to, but I appreciate it. All right, gateway into Legionnaire, or into Hierophant, rather. They did not, in fact, get... I shouldn't ruin the bid. I just quickly checked the patch notes and see somebody else put 20 HP on Vulture. Somebody else put that in the patch notes. Like, what the fuck? Who did this? There's an imposter, a fraud. Fraud no-go. I bet he doesn't even like peanut butter. The Vulture's going to narrowly miss out on the Scribe heading top right. There'll be a little bit extra income for Arbuz, I suppose. Well, if you think about it, right? Oh, the slow mine! The Hierophant was one shot away from killing it, by the way. That would have been really hilarious if he just popped it. I've never seen the slow mine connect before. That's so funny. Yeah, if you keep bountying Veek to do that, Raineralt, maybe Artosis will eventually check it out. They'll be like, oh my god, they buffed Vulture HP. They did it like 7 patches in a row, guys. I can play Vulture only. I don't think that would be enough to make him play, but a man can dream. A fraud can dream. You know what I mean? Oh, I guess I should probably set up a prediction for you guys on Twitch. ArbuzBudesh. Newt. All right, Gamba up. The way that I'm seeing the Vultures set up here for Newt, it's going to be a little bit difficult for Arbuz to push out, but it is a heavy investment into Vaults, and we have a Ministry coming and Cyclops on the way afterwards, so this Nexus will definitely be able to offset things if the Vultures don't just walk over the game, right? So mines are being attempted to be laid. Zealot's shields will break, and that'll make the Vultures a little bit more efficacious against it. Still a couple of Striders here. Only one Drakon so far has gone down, but the Nexus looks like it'll hold. I love the pylon here in this situation. It's another target for the Vultures. Snipes away at the Scribe. Again, Newt is expanding faster behind this, but he's invested a lot more into military. Oh, and he looks like he pulled his workers slightly too early there. So wait a second, Rainerol. You're saying that Artosis asked for clarity. You're saying the changes he would pick is giving missile turrets normal damage? I guess that would make them a lot better versus... oh, no. I can't... Mutas are large, technically, aren't they? That's why Wraiths do so well against them. I always think of Mutas as a small unit, but... Or I guess in StarCraft 2 terms, it would be light. Light unit. $12 o'clock will be mined up. Doesn't look like Newt has any idea that top right is being garrisoned by a single Scribe. Yeah. Oh, I guess the Muta is light if missile turrets currently have explosive. So maybe there's a... Oh, I guess I was thinking of Wraith feeling like it should be light, but instead it's heavy. Well, it's large instead of small. Sorry. Wasn't using the right terms there. Yeah, Arbuz, that's what Rainerill is saying. He's saying that, like, because there's no damage types, the Watchdog is better versus all the, anti-air units or whatever. Of all types and all stripes. Irefit might be able to catch this Vulture here. 2 more shots and it'll be gone. There should be an Easter egg version of that line that's the fate of all frauds. 3 Vultures going to come in, but there's a Warden and an Atreus here, so I don't think we're going to be in too much trouble. Now, 3 Vultures does one-shot a Scribe, so this is going to help out a little bit for the Terran. And another one flying in as well. It's actually a good counter damage from Newt, I feel like. But his front gates are going to be under attack pretty soon. The Cyclops not able to get into an anchor anytime soon. The Phalanx, one of them helping out, the other one now deploying. Some of these Striders are very, very brittle. However, Newt is going to be in a bit of a pickle. His workers on Arbuz's side still in danger. This one Phalanx is going to go down very, very shortly, it feels like. But right now, Arbuz isn't focusing it down. Eventually, it will still fall, I believe. No! Fully surrounded! The Atreus. They're going to need a little bit more effort to actually break through. And another lobotomy mine as well. It will get shot down. That Phalanx trying its best to stay alive and fight. The good fight. That's another little bit of attack speed for the Draconin, at least. Good dodge! The dodge ball! Oh my god! Dude, the Mason count is a little bit too good here. And 3 more Phalanxes pop out. This fight is over. Got to start falling away. He'll get a couple more Masons for his troubles, but yeah. Even though the Phalanxes can't quite pursue. What's the status of the worker count? Newt's still actually up by 5 workers. Yeah, Solstice, like I mentioned, I was confusing it with my memory of the Wraith. The Wraith is large and should be small in my head. Well, he held because of interception at first, I think, because the Masons body blocked the Phalanx shots. But then he held just because repair is really good. Spent a lot of money on it. Lost a lot of mining time, but the counter damage was still pretty good. Skill issue, dog. That's how he held. He looked at the Striders from Protoss and said, skill issue, actually. Witness spying on just about everything here. Ooh. Thank you, Boneth, for the big raid. Currently watching some TVP right up Boneth's alley, I'm sure. That Anseal is not going to get very much scouting at all. Welcome, homies. I see Tamaz in the chat. What's up? What's up? Got some Goliaths coming out with their fancy new model. Newt going to try to make sure everything works out here. Appreciate the follow from React Brood War. Witness is spotting out for the mines, but you got to watch out because the Anseal also gives detection. So this guy could get sniped out by the Witness. This is like you can think of it as like a more protective science vessel, right? Like mini science vessel.
Is that a fucking
Any units that take damage underneath this bubble will actually be shielded. It'll deal damage to the energy of the Anseal instead. Striders have to go back across the bridge, and we've got a Nexus warping in for the 3rd base of Arbuz. He's also adding a prostration stage. He's going to be teching up into some of, actually, Bonnet's favorite Cosmonarchy units, I think. The Pariah. Valorex, thank you for the follow. More players in Cosmonarchy than Stormgate. It is true, actually, Ray Rain. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, my man. For anybody who's missed the announcements, by the way, we do have a couple of pages on Liquipedia and on Team Liquid. But it's worth pointing out we have a couple of epic show matches coming up. We got Zeke, Wolfix, and... who's the last fella? Oh, yeah, it's Oya, if you guys remember Oya. One time the 3rd best foreign player, I believe. Witness is going to get sniped out, unfortunately, for Arbuz. That show match is going to be on the 29th of this very month. I'll see you guys Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. CET, if you're interested in that sort of thing. It'll be streamed right here on this Twitch channel. You can give it a follow if you like. Zeke's been gaming on Cosmo for a long time now, and Wolfix is about to get bitten by the bug too. He was getting it set up earlier today. A pleasure having them. And later on in September, the 13th of September, we have Bonneth versus DeWalt in a 9-game End of the World series. Every map is going to be played. And that is a head-to-head that will take place in Cosmonarchy. So I'm looking forward to that as well. What's up, Jiraiya? Welcome. And as well as Brainaja. Welcome. Ant Seals are trying their best to shield, but they're already drained of energy. The Goliaths are a really good unit for this mid-range fight, but they can't really compete with all of those Striders in the back. That red overlay you saw that was sparkling on them for a moment, that was actually increasing their attack speed. Made it really untenable for Newt's mech army to really make anything else happen, and he's kind of losing some units to the rally. Thankfully, pulls that guy away. We got to take a look at his tech. So he has the Vestry add-on. This allows his Stockades to make plenty of healing units. That's what these clerics are. You might recognize them. But unlike the medic, the cleric can also heal mech units. There's no real distinction in Cosmonarchy between mech and bio. So they give the little nano gun to boost the armor by 1. Doesn't stack. And, of course, get the healing going. Now, one thing that's a bit of a downside for these Atreus's that Arbuz is using quite a bit in this match is that the Phalanxes can splash them quite well. And look at this. This is the choice. The Monument of Sin is on the way. Off of just 3 bases, you don't see this structure every day, so this is exciting. We might end up seeing Artosis' worst nightmare here, as that structure has access to a couple of very powerful tools for the Protoss, including the Star Sovereign that can glass entire bases if given the opportunity to. Third base only now got set up for Newt. He took his natural really fast in this game, even compared to Arbuz, but at the end of the day, he wasn't able to develop on the map quite so fast. We got a 4th base coming up, scouted out by the mine, so Newt will be able to try to cancel that, but he's stuck responding to that, reacting to that, and not really able to do much else. Capping the ridge over here, getting a little bit more Vespine out of that spot. He's already depleted the main base, so going to be mining minerals much less fast than before, about 1/3 of the rate before. His army is very out of position for this, and instead of canceling this sort of 9 o'clock position, he's actually attacking the 3rd, which I really think is the right move here. But don't forget that Monument of Sin is about maybe less than a minute away from giving birth to one of our most powerful Protoss units. The battle workers are going to engage. Watch out for all of those Goliaths. Their autoguns are going to annihilate those poor scribes. And of course, the Phalanxes are not going to help out that much either if you're trying to keep your workers alive. Some Zealots making good connections. The Atreus is splashing a lot over here, taking a lot of splash damage from those Phalanxes, but this might still be enough. He sacks all of the workers at the 3rd base for this. Arbuz knows he just needs to get his end game tech operational, and he'll be in a much better position. The first Pariah hits the floor. Every unit killed by it will increase the attack speed of allies for the Protoss. So immediately carving up and doing a lot of splash damage in the process. Those clerics are not going to be able to do much about anything else. In the process, we did see the Atlas go down. This eBay graphic is actually the Tier 2 for Terran. And we have Tier 2 bio on the way for our Terran player. That includes units that can raise the dead if given the opportunity. And it's kind of hard to stop them from getting the opportunity in deft hands. And Newt is definitely that. We'll see if he even goes for it in the first place, or what else he might be going for. Looking over the panning, it is the Star Sovereign on the way from that Monument of Sin. Actually, Boneth has enjoyed this unit as well, so maybe you've seen him if you've seen the show match that he participated in last Friday. It's a fun situation that we have in ourselves here because there's not that much anti-air. All the Goliaths got knocked out at that last fight. If he had kept those alive, I would have rated the Star Sovereign a lot less, but I think Arbuz reacted to that very well. Some Vultures are going to come in and get some good damage. This unsuspecting Protoss base doesn't actually have its static defense up yet. Nexus does act as a power battery there, so it's sort of like a pylon, but you still sometimes want those pylons for extra build radius. The Ministry not going to be able to be evacuated here. That's the command center equivalent gone for Newt's 3rd base. So knocking out his economy and still keeping a lot of the workers over here. The Sycophant restores shields. It drains its own shields to give other allies shields. It keeps the scribes alive forever versus light harass, so that's actually a really funny support unit. Now starting to create a little bit of a wall. Really worried about the ground army, but we know that's not the main threat here. The Monument of Sin almost done with that Star Sovereign. It's a bit of a slow-moving unit, but it will end up in Newt's base. I can already smell the glassing about to happen. Good Phalanx position over here. The Vanguard for Terran is certainly doing a nice amount of damage here. The problem is, how is he going to get the right amount of anti-air? He's gone for the Guild Hall. This add-on gives you, your captaincies, the ability to train some of the most powerful bio units in the game. But he's currently choosing for Olympians. Now he's got some Autocrats in play. These guys animate the dead if they are able to strike a unit that does end up dying during the effect. It's like a timed debuff in an area of effect range. So there's the Star Sovereign. It is out and ready to go. It'll start moving its way down there, making a beeline for that bottom right. 4 Autocrats being made. Maybe with these Goliaths, he can mount some kind of defense. I just can't imagine it working out for him, though, if the ground army syncs up with the attack. All right. Atreus is getting cleaned up over here. The Olympians, some of the best stat-for-stat units in the game. They've got you can think of them as, if you guys like Space Marines, they are very evocative of that. Not only do they have a pretty kick-ass rifle, they also will punch people in melee range, and it does way more damage. So they're pretty good in the melee as well. They just start punching zealots out, you know, clobbering Zerg units. You try to hit them with our Zergling equivalent, and they two-shot them in melee range. And the attack is, it's a pretty short cooldown, right? So it's pretty good there. You just imagine them punching Zerg to death. Pretty cinematic. Now, we have the move going on here. Oh, wow. What's he doing? What's he doing the glassing so early for? So I guess he's demoing the ability. This is what's going on in Newt's base in a moment, I feel like. He's scouting out what's happening here. He ends up giving over one of the Protoss units, reanimated, the toll of the bell. Is this like an, is this an ominous, like, omen or something? What is he doing? Has Newt even clocked it? That's what I want to know. He's going to start glassing it pretty soon. He's given him the warning sign. Say GG now or I'm going to glass your base, fucker. Well, that's apparently what's about to happen, and there is no anti-air here. Say goodbye to your advanced tech, boy. He's going to scramble his bio. No, he can't even move. He's stuck behind the other side of the wall. He can try to lift off his structures to evade this, but he's got to cancel everything out. It only damages units on the ground, and there it is. The glassing has commenced, and Newt's Masons are being massacred. Hasn't quite gotten everything done, but it shuts down the production. Unbelievable. I mean, there was a big fat finger moment that he did that, and it was within vision range for Newt, but he did not see it and respond in time. And now the Goliaths circle back over, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. His add-on is destroyed. That was unlocking that endgame tech. He lost the add-on for his fulcrums as well. And now and Arbuz is just dancing. He's got a second Star Sovereign out. A third one has left the building. I mean, he's been producing this whole time. Star Sovereign taking shots at the Goliath. We still have this, like, plenty of Protoss here, but it's dangerous to cross the bridges. We all know that. That's not different in Cosmodicy. It's still very much the case. I think Newt might... Oh, glassing him from a range. I don't think he's going to get too many units out there, but it was a funny move. Maybe that's what he was trying earlier. And now comes the Collectors. Arbuz trying his best to just push in here, and I think he's got enough units. The Striders are glorious right about now. The Autocrat's trying to move forward and see what they can do, but it's only a fleeting victory as a second Star Sovereign arrives at the front, a third in the back coming back in. The original dealt 10,000 damage and counting, and GG is called as Arbuz confirms Pasagi. You know, when Arbuz submitted that replay, his comment was, "I was very entertained by this game."